Hello students, we are going to discuss a problem which is having capital adjustment. So for this capital adjustment, we need to adjust old partner's capital based on new partner's capital. The new partner ಎಷ್ಟು ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ತರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದರ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು analyze this adjustment carefully. So let us see the problem. Rakshita and Rashmita are partners sharing profit and losses equally. Their old ratio is 1 is to 1 and they have given their balance sheet. They have given general reserves and liabilities. So we need to transfer this balance to partners capital account and the rest pertains to new balance sheet. And on asset side, so again they have given various assets. So we have to adjust these values with the adjustments in revaluation account as well as in balance sheet. Let us see the adjustment one by one. To write off bad debts amounting to rupees 5,500. So this amount in revaluation account as well as in balance sheet. Write off furniture 10%. The furniture value 7,500 and which we need to provide depreciation 10% in revaluation account as well as in newly constructed balance sheet. Depreciation on stock 5,000 out of 1,05,000. So we need to deduct 5,000 in stock as depreciation. So revaluation account and balance sheet. Outstanding legal charges 4,750 rupees. This represents an unrecorded liability. So we need to provide this in revaluation account as well as to newly constructed balance sheet. In the next adjustment, Ramya, new partner, has to introduce 50,000 as goodwill. So this indicates the goodwill brought in cash. So that represents the first situation of goodwill adjustment. The first situation says goodwill brought in cash. And the first situation you can recall the three major transactions. Goodwill brought in cash, goodwill distribution, and goodwill withdrawn by old partner. But here they have not specified anything regarding goodwill withdrawn. So we need to provide only two entries for goodwill, that is goodwill brought in cash as well as goodwill distribution. And the second part, 2 lakh rupees as her capital. So she has to bring 2 lakh rupees as her capital to partnership firm for a fifth share in profit. So for 2 lakh rupees capital, she will get 1/5 profits in a partnership firm. So these you need to consider carefully for our capital adjustment. Sixth one, to adjust the capital of Rakshita and Rashmita, that means to adjust old partner's capital according to new profit sharing ratio. So according to new profit sharing ratio, we have to adjust the capital of old partners based on the capital of new partner Rakshita. So this adjustment is for capital adjustment. Adjusting old partner's capital based on new partner's. So this is all about the problem. Here the special thing lies with the capital adjustment. So I'll proceed with the preparation of revaluation account first. So we need to provide these adjustments to revaluation account. The first one, bad debts 5,500 rupees. So it's a loss. So we'll record on the debit side two bad debts 5,500. And the second one, depreciation of furniture 10%. So 75,000, 7,500 into 10%, 750 rupees is a loss to partnership firm. So it is on the debit side. Depreciation on stock again represents the loss. So to depreciation on stock 5,000 rupees. Unrecorded liability is outstanding legal charges 4,750 rupees. So we'll record on the debit side. So there is no entry on the credit side. So for that reason, we'll take the balance of revaluation. So entire 16,000 rupees represents loss on revaluation account, so which is transferred to old partners capital. So this one by old partners capital account, Rakshita and Rashmita. We are going to transfer the balance of revaluation account in their old profit sharing ratio. So here their old profit sharing ratio is 1:1. So 16,000 into 1 by 2, 8,000. In case of Rashmika, 16,000 it is 8,000. So this is all about revaluation account, and there is no different thing for revaluation. So I'll proceed further. So the next step is the preparation of partners capital account. So here partners capital account Rakshita, Rashmita and Ramya. In this particular case, the first entry is the capital brought down. So in the old balance sheet, the capital of Rakshita is 1 lakh and Rashmita is 50,000. That I have brought down here. The second thing, if they have given any free reserves or profit and loss account in balance sheet, we need to transfer this balance. So this general reserve of 50,000 transferred to partners capital account by reserves in their old profit sharing ratio. So 50,000 into 1 by 2, 25,000. Again 50,000 into 1 by 2, it is 25. And the next entry is to transfer the balance of revaluation account. So in revaluation account, we have a loss of 16,000. It is transferred as 8 and 8,000. So this balance transferred to partners capital account debit side to revaluation account 8,000 and here 8,000. And the fourth entry was for the capital brought in by Ramya. So for capital brought in, our journal entry is bank account debits to Ramya's capital account because cash inflows. So for that reason, by bank account to. And the fifth entry is for goodwill adjustment. So goodwill treatment, we know that it belongs to first situation. So the first transaction is goodwill brought in. So bank account debits to Ramya's capital account. So Ramya's capital account should be get credited. So Ramya's capital account credit side is by bank account 50,000. And the next entry is Ramya's capital account debits to Rakshita's capital account and to Rashmita's capital account. Here we have to pass two entries. Ramya's capital account should be get debited. So here Ramya's capital account debit side we have to record. So it is 25,000 and 25,000. We'll record 25,000 and 25,000. The corresponding journal entry it is Rakshita's capital account and Rashmita's capital account. We will record here to Rakshita's capital account and to Rashmita's capital account. Again, we have to pass one more entry. Rakshita's capital account should be get credited and Rashmita's capital account should be get credited. So here, Rakshita and Rashmita's capital account credit side 25,000 and 25,000. The corresponding entry was Ramya's capital account. We'll record the same thing by Ramya's capital account. So we have put all the entries to partner's capital account. But we can see the one major adjustment in this particular problem is that is capital adjustment. They have given adjust the capital of Rakshita and Rashmita according to new profit sharing ratio. So for this reason, we cannot complete our partner's capital account unless we complete the capital balance. So we need to know the capital balance, this one 4 lakh, 4 lakh and 2 lakh is first. So in order to find out this balance, so we need to find out the capital or adjusted capital of the partners. So for this, we have to prepare a note. The first thing, sacrifice ratio. So here no need to calculate the sacrifice ratio because they have given old ratio as well as new partner share based on which we cannot calculate sacrifice ratio. For that reason, we are going to assume that their old ratio itself is the sacrifice ratio. But we need to prepare new profit sharing ratio because in the adjustment they have given adjust the capital of all partners according to new profit sharing ratio. So for that reason, we need to calculate new profit sharing ratio. They have given old ratio 1:1, new partner share is 1/5. So based on which we need to calculate new ratio. Their old ratio is 1/2 and 1/2 and new ratio calculation formula is remaining profits into old ratio. So here remaining profits or remaining share can be calculated as 1 minus new partner share. So 1 minus 1 by 5. So here the denominator should be common. So 1 into 5 by 5, that is 5. So here 1 into 5 is 5. So 5 by 5 minus new partner share 1 by 5. So the remaining balance is 4 by 5. So remaining profit share is 4 by 5 into old ratio is 1 by 2. So 4 by 10. Again same thing applicable to Rashmika. 4 by 5 into 1 by 2, it is 4 by 10. But in case of Ramya, her new profit sharing ratio is 1 by 5. So you can see in the earlier two cases, the denominator is 10. Here also 10. So in order to put this into a ratio form, our denominator should be same. So 1 by 5. So here denominator is 5. We need to convert this denominator into 10. So for that reason, we'll multiply this by 2 by 2. So 1 into 2 is 2 and 5 into 2 is 10. So now all the denominator is 10. Here's 10, 10 and 10. So you can put it in ratio form now. 4 is to 4 is to 2. So we can simplify this one. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 twos are 4. So it is 2 is to 2 is to 1. The sacrifice ratio, we already assumed that it is same as old ratio. So here you need to consider new ratio, that is 2 is to 2 is to 1. So once we complete the new ratio, so we can find out the capital of firm. So here new partner Ramya share is 1 by 5. So for 1/5 share of profits, Ramya introduced 2 lakh rupees. So 1/5 share is equivalent to 2 lakh rupees. So now we need to find out the total capital of firm, that is 5. So 2 lakh, we reciprocate this 1/5, that is 5 by 1. So 2 lakh into 5 is 10 lakh. The new capital of the firm is 10 lakh rupees. ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ನ ಅಡ್ಮಿಟ್ ಆದ ನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ 10 ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ರುಪೀಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವರು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ನ ಶೇರ್ 1/5 ಆದರೆ ಈ 1/5 ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ಗೆ 2 ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ರುಪೀಸ್ನ ರಮ್ಯ ತರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆದರೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ 10 ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ರುಪೀಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ರಕ್ಷಿತಾ ಮತ್ತು ರಶ್ಮಿತಾ ಇವರ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ನ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ 10 ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ರುಪೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಬೈ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ರೇಷಿಯೋ. ಸೊ ರಕ್ಷಿತಾ 10 ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇಂಟು 2 by 5 4 lakh, 10 lakh into 2 by 5 4 lakh, and 10 lakh into 1 by 5 2 lakh. It is 2 is to 2 is to 1 in their new profit sharing ratio. So I'll repeat the steps for capital adjustment. For capital adjustment, we need to find out new profit sharing ratio first. New profit sharing ratio formula is remaining profits into old ratio. So once we got the new profit sharing ratio, we need to find out the total capital of firm. Total capital of firm equals to new partner share of capital into reciprocal of new partner share. So it is 10 lakh. So after finding total capital of firm, so we need to find out the capital of old partners. So now to find out this, the formula is total capital of the firm into new partner share. So it is 4 lakh, 4 lakh and 2 lakh. Once we finished the new partners capital, so we have to adjust this with partners capital account. We need to put the balance of this capital to balance brought down capital adjustment 4 lakh, 4 lakh and 2 lakh. So after putting this one, we can find out the balance in partners capital account. So now the balance lies on credit side. So here a capital short in case of Rakshita 2,58,000 and in case of Rashmika 3,08,000. So this represents ನಾವು ಈಗ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈಗ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ 2,58,000 ಮತ್ತು 3,08,000. ಸೊ ಇದು ಏನನ್ನ ರಿಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ರಕ್ಷಿತಾ ಮತ್ತು ರಶ್ಮಿತಾ ಕೂಡ ನ್ಯೂ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಶಿಪ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅವರ ಅರಿಯರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಸಾಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. So for that reason, here Rakshita's column 2,58,000 balance, Rashmita's capital 3,08,000 is capital balance. Again, so while transferring this balance, we need to find out the adjustment carefully. Again, the balances in the partner's capital account can be transferred to partner's current account for a short period. A short ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ಗೆ ಅವರ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದಾದ ನಂತರ ಈ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಅವ್ರ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಮಿಡಿಯೇಟ್ಲಿ ಈ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಿವನ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. So here either making payment or adjusting the entries with partner's current account. ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ನ ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ಡ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಟು ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ಸ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಕೌಂಟ್. Here we have put all the entries to partners capital account except balance brought down as well as current account. So for balance brought down, we need to find out capital adjustment. Once we finish the capital adjustment, we need to put the balances here. So after putting the capital adjustment balances here, we need to find out the balance of partners capital account. And the balance in the partners capital account is transferred to partners current account. So this is all about partners capital account. So the next step is the preparation of balance sheets. In order to prepare the balance sheet, you know that we need to consider old balance sheet plus adjustments. So here, let us start with the assets. Stock 1,05,000 minus depreciation of stock 5,000. So the remaining balance 1 lakh. Debtors 1,41,500 less bad debts 5,500. So remaining balance 1,36,000. Furniture 7,500 less depreciation 10% 750 rupees. So remaining 6,750 rupees. Investments 10,000. So there is no adjustments regarding investment. So I will keep as it is 10,000. Cash balance 56,000. So here cash balance, original balance given in balance sheet 56,000 plus goodwill brought in 50,000 plus capital brought in by Ramya 2 lakh. So total cash balance available with the partnership form is 3,06,000. So if in any case, if the goodwill withdrawn by the partners, we need to deduct the balance. But here there is no goodwill withdrawn by the partner, so here there is no need to deduct the goodwill amount. So for that reason, cash or bank balance is 3,06,000 rupees. After that, see the liabilities side. Creditors worth rupees 70,000, bills payable 50,000. So there is no adjustment regarding this, so we'll keep as it is 70,000 and 50,000. But general reserves, we have considered this general reserves in partners capital account, so no need to carry this to balance sheet. But in adjustment, they have given one more thing: outstanding legal charges 4,750 rupees. So this represents additional liability, so we need to provide this outstanding legal charges 4,750 rupees. After that, we need to transfer the entries of partners capital account. So partners capital account balances 4 lakh, 4 lakh and 2 lakh rupees. This one we need to transfer to liabilities side as partners capital. Along with that, we need to transfer even the current account balance. So if the balance, current account balance is on credit side, we need to transfer it to asset side. If the current account balance lies on the debit side, we need to transfer that to liabilities side. So here it is on the credit side, so we are going to transfer the balance to the asset side. If the current account balance is on debit side in partner's capital account, we need to transfer that to liability side. So here, partner's capital account balance 4 lakh, 4 lakh and 2 lakh, total 10 lakh rupees and partner's current account balance here. So this is all about this particular problem. And the balance sheet tallies at 11 lakh 24,750. So in this particular problem, you need to put a lot of focus on capital adjustment. I hope you understood the problem. Thank you for watching and happy learning.